Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. This is DSP News, the unreliable ones. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the newsroom and welcome to the Galtopia News Network, your unreliable source for DSP News. This is the Snort Report. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to ride for the homie Wings today, and I normally don't do that. You know what I'm saying? If you guys, watch the Wings Report, I go on Wings because, he needed, you know what I'm saying, to be honest with you. Think of him as a pet project, if you will. But DSP pulled some petty shit the other day. Petty! And we have to go ahead and address that shit. As if you guys don't have enough salt when you guys come here at times. I like to think that I provide you guys with much more sweet / savory over salty. I don't know, I guess that's a matter of personal opinion and I should just leave that to the audience. But ladies and gentlemen, we're here with two of our favorites. First one's going to be by Mrhuth Stuff's DSP, or DarkSydePhil, sorry. Damn it, DarkSydePhil. Talk to me. Interact with me. He needs your love. He needs your comfort. He needs your support. And you guys should do so. And then, we'll close out the broadcast with yet again, another one of our favorites, Snort Burnell, Dspgaming. The goal reached. Let's interact. Talk to me. Do my job. Don't talk to others. Ladies and gentlemen, Phil and Wings have a very interesting history, okay? Very interesting. And it's interesting because it's one-sided. As out of all things that pertains to DSP and somebody else who's a content creator, they, at times, over-gratiate themselves to him. They try to reach out to him for gameplay. They reach out to him just to talk. They reach out to him. They say pleasant things about him at times on their streams. And Phil is like, yeah, I don't need to talk about that guy. Oh, I don't know who that guy is, whatever. And then he's off in his little chat, hooving it away, you know what I'm saying, to the minions, talking about how he's a piece of shit, he's a low life, and he embraces trolls, and yada, yada, yada. He's a waste of flesh, and so on and so forth. You know, the typical DSP shit. Well, we just came off of Wings of Redemption saying that the internet would be actually worse off if DSP wasn't around. Worse off, even though the evidence was presented to Wings that DSP was talking that hot shit. I mean, obviously DSP wasn't man enough to do that on stream. He did it in his stream chat, like a bitch. But either which way, Wings still overlooked it. He was just like, oh, that's just the trolls and haters trying to get us to go at each other. You know what I'm saying? I like DSP. I like DSP's content, and we would be worse off. You know, the internet would be worse off for it. And he's just trying to live the best life that he can. And no one has the right to interrupt that. Wings, my boy, I have begged to differ. Apparently, I haven't been doing enough wing reports on you. And that's okay. That's okay. And the reason why, Wings, I bring that up, is because apparently, according to the big homie, Conway Conman and Lean, apparently you want to come back to YouTube. You're really thinking about making that jump back to the YouTube videos. I'm actually happy for you, Wings, to be honest with you. But you're also going to need to get checked, just in case you didn't know. You know what I'm saying? First, you got to kind of go through the pecking order, and then the last person to check you is Sean Ranklin, because, he's the head of all of that wing shit. But you're going to have to get checked. And since I'm theoretically the newest kid on the block, as it pertains to the Wings content, looks like you're going to have to go through me first. So, I look forward to that. I hope you do, Wings, actually. To be perfectly honest with you, Wings, I hope you do go back to making videos, especially as it pertains to, what are you playing? Rainbow Six Siege, right? You're still playing that, despite the fact that it's just like all buggy to shit and everything like that. But you making how-to videos might be a good look for you, but we'll save that for the Wing Report. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little too ahead of myself. I got breakfast going, I've got cappuccino, I've got orange juice, grapefruit juice, I've got cranberry juice, no cherry juice, because none of you guys have gout, so none of you guys need that. At least I hope none of you guys have gout. If so, you guys are going to have to wait for lunch then, because you shouldn't be eating all this decadent shit for breakfast anyway. I've got a bunch of stuff going on. And I'm rather happy about all that. So let's not go ahead and delay the inevitable, shall we? Wings of Redemption, DSP, interact with me, not Wings. Fuck Wings. Wow, so horrible. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Snort Report, and this is DSP News. Always late, never breaking, unreliable coverage that you can't count on. A GTG Network Productions. You guys all know the slogan. And I don't smell no bacon cooking yet, because I decided to go ahead and get the crepes going. Yes, we moved up the crepes today, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys haven't had a crepe, think of it as a pancake but super. Sorry. it's a French pancake, and it's delicious, and it's versatile. Anyway, sorry, you know, I get rather excited when I'm trying new stuff. I don't smell no bacon cooking, so that means it's time to watch me work.
This sucks.
Oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, breakfast is almost served. We are here with one of our favorites, Mrhuth Stuff's DarkSydePhil. Talk to me! Interact with me! Oh, cat's gonna leave me soon. Oh, pigs cry ugly. Here we go.
Alright, guys in the stream chat, please stop repeating fucking Wings of Redemption memes. I'm just gonna say it now. You guys are doing it way too much. It would be one thing if you did a little bit. But you're making the entire stream chat Wings of Redemption memes, and no one cares. I do not fucking care about that guy, and I don't want my entire chat to be about it. So stop that right now. At the very least, do memes about me. Why you gotta do memes about other fucking streamers in my chat, man? See, there you go. You guys want to do memes about me playing Street Fighter, Evo East? Go right ahead. Those memes make a lot more fucking sense.
Oh boy, let's get it. Let's get it started. Someone pass the strawberries, please. So first things first. The chat is obviously bored, and given how enthralled Phil looks like in the gameplay, he looks like he's just in his own little piggy zone, if you will. So the chat, to my understanding, is kind of bored, and they're throwing off some memes to each other. I mean, they could just go ahead and throw off the frog memes, or go ahead and throw off whatever meme that, you know, Tevin has going on at the time. But Lord knows they want to get banned outright for that, because, you know, it's Tevin's fault. So they decided to go ahead and throw off some Wings memes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Wings is on the platform. Wings has been in his chat. He knows who Wings is. Whether you like him or not is kind of irrelevant. You know who Wings is. And if you're not interacting with your chat, and you guys saw that, why are you making such a big deal about somebody else? I mean, they're still on your stream. They're still talking. I guess they're kind of talking about you theoretically. So what's the problem? People throw recommendations to Phil about he should team up with Wings all the time, and he never does it. He acts like he's too good. He acts like he has too much. He doesn't have enough time, so on and so forth. Matter of fact, wasn't it a few years back? I think right around the time KO Gaming was getting started, that Wings asked him to go on his podcast. Not PKA. This is when Wings started his second podcast. That had I know Jive Turkey was on there. And there was like two other guys. I don't think White Boy was on it just yet. But I think, but I do remember Jive Turkey being on there. And they asked him to come to the podcast, and Phil said he was sick or something along those lines. I wouldn't be surprised if that was actually in the month of May, by the way. Because, you know, that's tradition. And come to find out later, Phil was, you know, had like a bunch of videos that went up that very day. So it is what it is. I don't know why he feels the need to avoid Wings. If anything else, if you had to choose between Wings, Rich from Review Tech USA, or Low Tier God, despite the fact that none of the three of those guys are threatening at all. At least Wings is the less threatening of the three. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. None of them are threatening to me, but whatever. Wings is theoretically the less threatening out of the three. So you would think he would be willing to have a rapport with him. Especially since, for some of y'all don't know, Brian is an avid Wings supporter. He likes Wings. He enjoys, you know, going over there and so on and so forth. He was actually in one of his games not too long back. So, I don't know, Wings. I mean, I don't know, DSP. I mean, your best buddy, your replacement for John, is already mingling over there anyway. You might as well just go ahead and ingratiate yourself over there. Matter of fact, through Brian, you already have a foothold in. On top of the fact that Wings wouldn't mind interacting with you. Oh, well. The stream is supposed to be about me. Ree! Let's continue to watch the train wreck.
Talking about random fucking nonsense, a different covered fucking streamer. There we go. Ninth Golem is a complete idiot since it's narcissism that I want people to trash talk me instead of someone else. Dude, it's a fucking gameplay stream on my Twitch channel. I just don't want people to constantly talk about other people. So, oh, I want to see what Rage 2 is all about. I wonder how Phil's like in the game. Coming to the stream chat. Wings of Redemption.
Why would they go to you? You're acting like them going to you. They would go to you first off. Which they didn't. Second off, what? Like, it sounds... I'm going to save that theory. I think most of you guys know where I'm going with this, but it's very obvious that this is all semantics to kind of explain why the stream is not going well. Obviously. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I don't stream, at least not yet. I plan to. And when you come to my stream, I don't have any rules for anything. Like, there's certain shit that you're gonna have to ban people for, and whatnot. But in general, you have freedom to talk about whatever the hell you want to talk about. To be honest, like, you're there to chill and be entertained. I'm not necessarily asking you guys to hang out with me. If I'm streaming, it's typically because I have something to say. If not, then I won't stream. To be honest, I like to think if I'm on stream, I'm doing it because there's a purpose or a reason behind it. But let's say that I was to do a chill stream or whatnot, then I would really want you guys to talk about whatever you want because it just gives us more to speak on. And even if I'm not entering into the conversation because it's out of my realm or it's just something that I don't, that I'm not interested in speaking on, I still would like to see the conversation go on. But maybe that's me. I like talking to people. You know what I'm saying? James the Lesser likes talking to people. Agent Proper likes talking to people. Tevin likes talking to people. LSB likes talking to people, and so on and so forth. So maybe because we're people persons, I suppose, it makes it a bit easier for us to interact. Phil, who's allegedly an interactive streamer, does this shit all day and can't figure out the basics. The basics. If they're not talking to you, they should be allowed to talk amongst themselves. How is this hard? And this certainly is narcissism, but it's even more pathetic than that, I think. But let's delve into it, and I'll try to explain what I mean.
Rings of Redemption. What the fuck is this? What are people even talking about? Why are people even here if they're going to talk about another streamer? Good question. If you want to talk about another streamer, you should probably fucking go to their stream and leave me alone. How about that, asshole? Not about narcissism, it's about you pissing me off because you're fucking annoying.
Are the stream attendance not low enough for you? Are we trying to hit rock bottom, quite literally? Jesus Christ, even Wink can hold on to about 400 plus people.
Rascal took me $1, and he says, when it comes to Rings of Redemption, we're just joking around, we're not trying to derail anything. Listen, I understand that. I know you're actually not trying to be, like, insulting to me or whatever. I get that, because you're not. You're actually, it's cool you're here to hang out. I appreciate that, but understand that there are people who are coming to this stream, okay, to watch me play a game and find out if the game is good. And when you're here just spouting out memes that have nothing to fucking do with me, you're confusing the shit out of them, and now you can't interact with me. Because I don't care. That's
the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Because first things first, if they want to see what the game's about, then more often than not, they're not paying attention, to the chat. They're focusing on the gameplay. That's the first thing. Because at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, you guys don't come here for the free breakfast / brunch. You come here to hear me carve this dude up. You know what I'm saying? The breakfast and everything is just kind of like it's complimentary. It's there to show you guys my appreciation. It gives you guys something to do. You know what I'm saying? As I'm speaking on this idiot, I'm not telling you guys to come here strictly for breakfast, because if that was the case, I would put a bunch of cooking videos up and I would stream those, which sounds like actually a pretty good idea. Anyway, let me write that down. That might be a good idea in the future. Anyway. So that's what the situation is there. If new people are coming in, they're here to focus on the game, not the chat. Your focus is on the chat. Hence the reason why your streams are garbage. And the reason why the YouTube videos are suffering. That's the first thing. Second thing is, how can anybody be confused about the flow of a conversation? If you don't see anything there that's relevant to you, you ignore it. That's something that's it's something natural that people do. Or they scroll up and see if they can put themselves, I should say, in the beginning of that conversation and kind of work their way down. This isn't hard. And I know Kat tells you that all the time. And sadly, Panda did too. But seriously, this isn't that big of a deal. It really isn't. You make streaming seem more than what it is. Hence the reason why you're outdated. Hence the reason why you're failing. The stream isn't about you. If they showed up for you, and more importantly than that, they showed up for the game first. The personality, I think, varies, to be honest with you, when it comes to a game. Like, if I go on Twitch and nobody that I know who's streaming, or whatnot, or no one's on my streaming list at the time that's actually live, then I'm going to pick a game that I feel like, okay, I might be interested in watching. Or I'll pick someone who has a high number. Or I'll do both. And just see what the deal is. You know what I'm saying? And if the personality is something that I can kind of vibe with, cool. If not, then alright, cool. I'll stick around for a little longer to watch the gameplay, and then I'll move the fuck on. You, on the other hand, do not capture people's attention like that. You know what I mean? Those days of your YouTube fame, if you want to call it that, is gone. It's been gone. And you're never going to capture that on Twitch. The people who are there with you now are there with you now. That should be the most important thing, that they showed up. Not all this extra shit and making yourself look sound and seem jealous and petty the Wings and so on and so forth. Wings ain't thinking about you. But yet, you're thinking about Wings. Because what? His name comes up in the chat? Low tier God just to pop up in your chat every once in a while and didn't say shit. Tevin did, and Tevin got banned. Well, it became Tevin, and then he got banned. I mean, this is how streaming works. People are going to want to talk about other streamers. And the funny thing is if they're cracking memes on Wings, how would that be offensive to you? And I say that because that's what DSP said. I don't know. We'll catch that in the next break. But this is just being petty. This is just being super fucking petty for nothing. And you're only making yourself look stupid. You're only making yourself look insecure.
About fucking Wings of Redemption. I'm not going to talk about him and make the stream about another streamer. So basically you are, even if you're unintentionally doing it, you're still derailing the stream and it's messed up. So I gotta ask, don't do it, man. I gotta ask that you don't do it. Ninth Gollum says, well, just because someone's coming to the stream and the stream...
Now, look at how much attention he's focusing on the chat right now. He's supposed to be playing this game, and the rant is going to come up for that in just a minute. But he's supposed to be playing this game, and he's literally slingshotting his neck back and forth to try to catch every little thing in the chat. Then that's not interactive streaming, dude. At all. It's it's just like watching Kat when she was on Phil's streams the couple times she popped up. She was more focused on the chat than anything else. Excuse me. And just because it's important that what goes on in the chat is important to you, Phil, doesn't mean it's important to everybody else. Ladies and gentlemen, this all comes down to, if he wasn't a boring fuck, this wouldn't be an issue. This wouldn't even be a point of conversation. It really wouldn't. He's bad at games, he's bad at interacting with people, and he's good at spilling his own information. That's kind of sums up DarkSydePhil. It doesn't get any more cut and dry than that. And if it did, it would make him a bit more complex. And he's far from that, obviously.
They're confused by it doesn't mean that they can't still enjoy the stream. No, and they'll watch me play the game and everything, which is what they're here for. But understand, when you're coming live to a Twitch stream, one important element of the stream is the stream chat. And when I have 12 people in stream chat doing memes of another streamer, there are going to be people scratching their head and saying, what the fuck is this? I don't understand it. Why is this happening? They don't want.
Then they can just go to the YouTube video, hence the reason why you have it archived. But all they're going to do is catch this petty shit that you're talking about right now. So you've kind of screwed yourself on two different fronts. You could have easily ignored this and let it go, because it's not like Phil puts his stream chat in his videos. So he could have just let this shit go and kept playing the game. But no, it bothers him so goddamn much that other people who potentially probably won't even show up are going to get bothered that he decides to derail everything. That makes a whole lot of sense. It really does.
Like that They want to be able to come by and be like, oh, Phil's playing a game, and look, he's talking with people, and this is fun, and interactive, and it's not when you derail the stream to something that I'm not going to talk about. So again, I know you're not ill-intentioned, but I'm going to say it again. Stop doing it. Alright? I'm trying to be nice about it. I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm trying to be nice and explain the situation, explain to you guys what's going on. I don't want to be a jerk and start moderating and stuff based on it. But at the same time, if it continues, and no one in the stream chat is talking about myself...
Haven't you banned people, or even timed out people for derailment before? If this is what he considers derailment, of course. So, why is that... So, how is that any different now? I don't know, Scooby.
The game, you're gonna get moderated. It says right there in the rules. No derailing. And that's exactly what you're doing with these fucking other memes of other streamers. I literally say on every pre-stream, no memes about other streamers. I say it every fucking pre-stream.
Dead air. And he wonders why the viewership is dropping off. It's bad enough he won't play games that people want him to play. It's bad enough he comes up with reasons why he can't play games that people paid for, and all the excuses with that. Like, I mean, I think the most prevalent one is still Mario Sunshine. Yeah, he eventually played it, but that's after delaying it twice and then coming up with all kinds of bullshit reasons well after he got his $1,250. I need to go over that video. Oh, actually, I have, but I need to revisit it, I guess. But then now this whole thing with what's that? Is it called Plague Tale, or a Plague Tale? Yeah, he's sitting there. He got $500+ over the span of 3 days to play that game, and he still hasn't done it yet. Now, keep in mind, he's coming up on a day off soon, if he's not on day off at the moment. And when he comes back, it's almost expected that he's going to play it. But he's still doing this seesaw bullshit about, oh, I got all this stuff going on behind the scenes, and I don't know if I'm going to play this, and this, that, and the third, yada, yada, yada. He's literally making excuses for why he doesn't want to play this game. Now, obviously, it'd be easy to say that he wants people to buy it, or he wants somebody to buy it for him. And no one's doing it. They're giving him direct donations, or tips, or whatever, which he's going to have to pay taxes on. So maybe that's the reason why he's not willing to play that game yet, is because all the money he's made on it, he's gonna get taxed. So he's like, oh, sorry, you guys are gonna have me taxed on this money. I don't have to play the game. I mean, I don't know. It's just more of the pettiness that is DarkSydePhil.
Real Talk Mommy says, well, the games have been shit lately, and that's why people aren't talking about it. Well, the bottom line is, I feel that that's not fair. Okay, it's not. The problem is you don't give it a chance. Oh, this game doesn't have insanely riveting content at this very moment. Let's talk about another streamer. No, that's not how it works. You can hang out and be a little patient. You can talk with me, right? There's things.
Oh boy. Oh, this is desperate. This is desperate. Holy shit! Do you literally have to compromise with Kat to get her to sleep with you at night, Phil? I'm sorry. You can tell me, man. I won't tell anybody. You can tell me. Is that what it is? You have to almost like. Do you have to make like certain concessions for her to agree to do that? I mean, because supposedly this thing that you said the other night, or you said it yesterday, or some shit, about how you're like, you know, sexually you don't look at any other women or so on and so forth. Even married men look at other women. You know what I'm saying? They don't act upon it, at least hopefully they don't. But, I mean, shit. When a beautiful woman walks in, even other beautiful women look at them. It's just a thing. But, oh boy, as the rabbit hole gets deeper.
Things we can do to make it more entertaining, instead of just giving up on the fucking game and start talking about stupid trolling nonsense.
How many games have you rage quitting in? Just saying, how many games did you or should you have given a chance, and as soon as you made a little bit of money off it, you just dropped it? Even after you streamed it, made money on YouTube, and had people pay you on Patreon for some of those games, and you still dropped it anyway. Just saying. DSP News.
But I hate to say, it takes a little bit of maturity and a little bit of patience, which a lot of people don't fucking have, as you can see from the way people are behaving. Defuka says, do I embrace memes about myself, or do I just build up a tolerance for them? It depends on
maturity and patience, ladies and gentlemen. Keep that in mind. That's going to be relevant later.
a meme isn't ill-spirited and it's just silly, I don't care about it at all. I really don't. But if there's something that's completely nonsense, that's meant to insult me and make people feel like negatively about me, then yeah.
You make people feel negative about you. You're doing it right now. If anything else, a meme should soften the blow, not be the nail in the coffin. I don't know.
Problem with that, especially if it's very slanderous and, you know, oh, I heard that about Phil. It's a meme, you know, I heard that meme about Phil. Well, I don't want to have anything to do with him now. You know what I mean? Vote Democrat did a 50-bit cheers. I think it had more to do with chat being slow early and people just messing around. I understand it's derailing though when you don't get the memes and are trying to interact with stream. Right. Like, I want to talk with you guys, even if you guys don't like the game. I hate Rage 2. Talk to me. Let's talk. Let's just chat. I mean, let's face it. Half the games I play these days, like MLB and shit, you're not here for the game. You're here to interact with me. If you're bored, then talk to me about something else. You know what I mean? Don't just completely derail the chat with unrelated shit, man.
But if you were interacting with them in the first place, none of this would have actually happened, right? Theoretically? Which would make you the source of the problem from the beginning, yeah? I don't know.
Do I have plans for June's mascot yet? No, I haven't really put thought into it. Quite frankly, the mascots worked, like, for holidays. Ever since I got, you know, Chestnut this year, and now Snowball, no one really cares. Just being honest. No one really
Were they supposed to donate money because you have a mascot? Was that the plan? I don't understand. Like, you're saying no one's supposed to care. It's a prop. Like, unless you're interacting with that prop, then it doesn't mean anything. It's just a prop. I'm so confused. I'm so confused.
Crap. So, I don't know if I'm going to keep doing mascots. I really don't know if I'm going to start to keep doing them or whatever. Hypocrisy says, oh, you don't respond to chat most of the time because you guys are derailing. You're talking about other stuff, other streamers. Of course I'm not going to react to that.
They're building.
But you're reacting to it now, though. Or at least you did. Negatively, you know, to that point.
Alright, Real Talk Mommy cheered. He says, it's easy for you to say the chat should just talk to you when we are bored. The chat gets passively ignored when they ask you things. Even I said something pertaining to games, but you seem to be glad at chat. And in full YouTube mode. Dude, I'm playing an action-based fucking FPS game. Here, so here's what I'll do. I'll pause and I'll talk to you guys, and you complain I'm not playing the game. So then I'll unpause and I'll start to play. How the fuck do I read this and then go back and forth? This is different than MLB or Blackout. How do you not understand the difference between different kinds of games? Like, this is not rocket science. This is like common sense 101. Obviously, you don't have it if you don't understand the difference between me having to concentrate on an action-based part of a game versus being able to interact with you. What the fuck?
Coming from the same idiot, Lean and Snort, that asks people to interact with him instead of memeing it up in the chat amongst each other. Holy shit. 37, ladies and gentlemen. If any of you if any of you are on the way to 37, I guess this is what's waiting for you. I hope not. I really do. I really hope not. Jesus Christ.
Alright.
Did you really miss that kick? Phil, put some goddamn glasses on, dude. You were literally standing right in front of that person. You kicked and missed. Or whiffed, if you will. Holy shit, Phil.
Yeah, I should definitely look at the stream chat right now to start interacting with people and see what they're saying. Right in the middle of this action-packed sequence. That really won't just, you know, completely derail what I'm doing on the fucking stream. Oh my god.
Doorstep.
Look how engaged he is on with the stream chat and the game simultaneously. It's amazing, isn't it? We should all strive to be this type of streamer, the modern interactive streamer, if you will.
People complaining, why isn't he talking to us? So, if I would talk over a cutscene, people would complain I talked over the cutscene, and it's really annoying because they can't pay attention to what's going on in the game. So instead, I pay attention to the game during the cutscene. Oh, now you're not talking to us. I'm just not playing that game anymore. There's people who are just gonna sit and whine and and complain and derail and do stupid shit because they're immature. They're just going to do that no matter what. So I just need to understand that and not bother my time in arguing with them. You know, there's just no point.
And we're gonna say all this after the rant. after the rant. Oh, I'm not gonna do this anymore because I'm wasting my time. You weren't smart enough to realize maybe halfway through this rant, you sound pretty stupid, and you probably should have just let it all go. They are kids, Phil. I mean, possibly there's one coming on the way for you, but they are kids. It's gonna require patience. You know, the same patience you said that they didn't have. Oh my. Oh my.
See, like this control right here. Here we go.
Oh, lean in manual ban.
Here's the troll.
Look at how... Here's the funny part. So, we're bitching and complaining that no one's interacting with him. He's bitching and complaining that he can't focus on this action-packed game compared to... and interact. He says that you guys are coming around at the wrong time, that if you want him to interact in certain parts, you should come to the more chill games, and this isn't one of them. But yet he is literally devoting all of his focus, fuck the game, and to some extent, fuck the positivity in the chat, so he can lean in manual ban. If he doesn't have his priorities messed up, I don't know what is. For everything that I say he can do wrong, or that he has done wrong, or he will do wrong, someone tell me what he's done right. Look, dead-eyed focus, waiting with piggy breath for the next person to fuck up, for the next person to catch these hooves. That's what it is right there. I have to turn those into ham hocks later, Phil. Probably for the weekend. If I start posting videos on Sundays or start streaming on Sundays, I don't know. I'm thinking of calling it like either Sunday brunch with GTG or like soul food moments. I don't know, some shit like that. It'll be food themed, obviously. But either which way, I'm gonna have to just cook them ham hocks up. We're just gonna have to do that. It's just a thing. But you're gonna devote more focus to the negativity of banning somebody, which brings you apparently more joy than anything else, than all the points that you made prior to it. You completely contradicted everything that you said. Everything. And it's funny because it's always brought up that during the loading screens and during certain slower aspects of a game is when he should be interacting, and he never does. He always has something else to divert his attention. This is no different. He basically wants to put his attention where he wants to put it, when he wants to put it. And you just deal with it. And this isn't interactive streaming, ladies and gentlemen. This isn't really streaming at all. Like I've said, this is just a YouTube video in stream form. That's all this really is. There's no flexibility to it at all. You would think it'd have a little bit more than Cat does.
If you don't like the game, then let's talk. Instead of complaining that there's no interaction, talk to me and then I'll interact.
Don't they have to... Jesus Christ. Why do you have to frog your head in the snort? Like you're... Like... Well, not even frog your head in. Like a turtle, almost. Like, you ever notice that? Like, sometimes when he snorts, he squeams his neck in? That's kind of... That's kind of funny. That's actually pretty funny. Now that I think about it, don't they have to give you money to interact? Isn't that like... Don't you have like a notification or something when they give you cheers and bits? So really, you're just asking for money at... Excuse me. You're just asking for money at the end of this, right? That's really what it comes down to? For the business? For the taxes? So you can live? This is sad. This is so sad.
So now, of course, stream chat is all arguing with each other. Some people are like, yeah, Phil has a point. Others are like, Phil said something, yeah.
He did it again. It's like he... It's kind of crazy. It's kind of like like when he snorts, his head, like his neck sucks into his body. When he does it. Oh wow, I couldn't even imagine the amount of force that must go on that, man. Your neck is going to be in really bad shape later, Phil. Jesus Christ.
See, then you get people like Beefsteak Tomato who's purposely just trying to be stupid. He says, oh, what do you think about SEP IRAs? How much do you contribute to yours? Fuck. What the fuck are you talking about?
Make it quick, Ranger.
Hagar.
Alright, well, Logan sent me $1. He says, other streamers play games behind a desk with 2 monitors, one dedicated for chat. Even console games, they use a PC monitor to play those. Your setup isn't modern enough. I hope one day you can afford it and keep doing your best. Yeah, sadly, it's my office layout isn't good enough. I know. It's
your office setup was always outdated. It was outdated when you set it up in the first place. And people on your forums even brought that, well, on your forums and on YouTube videos when you weren't a coward and you still had comments, even told you that. And on your streams, actually, too, your YouTube streams and whatnot, and you still didn't listen. You wanted to be comfortable. You wanted to not have to conform to the rest of them. Hence the reason why he doesn't like wearing headphones, or headsets, I should say. Even though he has to get, like, the most expensive pair out there. Shit like that. And now, years later, I mean, granted, he's been dealing with all these disadvantages for a long-ass time. But now, all of a sudden, you know, with all the cum stains, all the sweat marks, all the bacon grease spots and shit, it's not as comfortable anymore, you know. And apparently, I guess Panda used to use some type of lavender or something to scrub all that out. I'm just joking about that last part, but it'd been funny if it was true. Anyway, because all the conveniences that came with that is now gone, now all of a sudden he'd want a more modern type of look or setup or layout, if you will. Even though someone on Kiwi Farms, and he said on his forums too, actually drew up a diagram for you to move all that stuff around. And since, to be honest with you, Kat has way more shoulder strength than you do, you guys can move all that around. Then again, she might be pregnant, keyword is might, so she probably shouldn't be lifting any heavy things at this moment. Oh well, I guess you'll just have to wait until little Burnell is born, I guess.
Like, I would love to rearrange my office to make this easier, but it's now I can't because of the way the internet has to be in a certain spot and everything. I'm kind of just locked into what I have.
That's actually another interesting point too, as it pertains to the internet. I remember when he was talking, when he said there was something wrong with his internet a while ago, a couple months ago, right? And he said that they had to make some adjustments for him. They did, meaning that they didn't actually fix the problem. They kind of just gave it patchwork. Give me some time to think about that, and I'll jump back on it.
This is how to play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude.
I have to warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting.
Sound good?
Alright, sounds good to me.
Okay.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are here for the final video of our broadcast. We are here with Snort Burnell, Dspgaming. Goal reached, which I think is a sub-goal. Let's interact. Talk to me. Do my job. And don't talk about others. Oh boy, here we go.
Okay, also, big announcement, big positive announcement, everyone. Last night, we hit the subscriber goal. That's right, we hit the subs goal for the month of May. That's excellent. That's really cool. Thank you to anyone who did subscribe. Thanks to everyone who gifted subs. Thanks to everyone who just is here every day hanging out with me. I appreciate it. But it was really cool that we hit the subscriber goal because that means that coming up, we're going to be doing a new retrospective event. Yes. Am I going to eat penne pasta later today?
Penne.
Okay, so let's talk about that. So him reaching the 500 sub goal, I mean, about time. He should have hit that way early on, but it is what it is. I think that further shows the decline that's going on over there, but whatever. So he has the 500 sub goal. Now, what are we going to do to celebrate that? Well, Phil doesn't have anything else, to be honest. He's not going to do another marathon. Well, he will, but he'll do that as something completely solo. So, and he doesn't have anything going on with Patreon, like a Patreon goal or anything, to help complement or coincide with the sub goal. So he's going to go back to what we would consider as Old Faithful, which is the retrospective stream. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we already had one of those early in the year. I think we had 2. I think. We've definitely had one before this. And I feel like we've had 2 of them this year, to be honest. And to be honest, the first one, it was alright. Second one, it was definitely, the second one definitely pointed me into the direction of some videos that I hadn't seen before, and was definitely helpful for what I'm planning on doing later. The third one was to be honest. What he needs to do is, when people make a request for a video, he should do it. Now, if you want to be a slime ball about it, fair enough. Let someone donate $10 to you, or tip you $10, let's say that, and they get to pick a video, and he has to just play it off the rip. Instead, he's sitting there writing it down. Oh, we'll use it for the next retrospective event. We'll use it for the next retrospective event. Okay, guys, well, what video do you guys want to see that I have out here right now? Do you guys want to see more of my vlog videos with John? Or do you want to see more of my condo setups? Or they're like, no, let's see the rest of the Poorly Cooking with the King, because he has a bunch of those. Oh, we'll get back to that. We'll get back to that. And he never does. Because he knows the Poorly Cooking with the Kings are going to bring people in and at least keep them there for a little while. If he went ahead and went through all the Poorly Cooking with the Kings, instead of there being, I think this is going to be the 4th, I think there probably wouldn't be more than 2, maybe 3. And the third one would have been a total flop and he would have given up. That's it. And he's going ahead and looking, using all the videos off this dead channel. Why won't he pick something a bit more recent? How about that? Why don't he go ahead and go over a Detractor video or something? That is part of his history. Why not that? Instead, he wants to go ahead and cherry pick and do all this ring around the rosy shit. And that's why in the last retrospective, the viewership tapered off. He wasn't playing what they wanted. And keep in mind though too, how does he have enough time, or any time if you will, to screen all those videos that will be eventually part of that retrospective? And since he's the one who's pushing this narrative, it makes me believe that the videos are already been set up. And I guarantee you, they're going to be boring. Nothing good's going to come out of them. And if he's going to try to pull, pig clown roach like he pulled last time and try to laugh at his own stuff and think it's just all a big joke, I mean, you know what I'm saying? You're not selling any bridges to anybody, Phil. You're really not. It's starting to become a bit, I'm not sure if I call it stale yet, because there's a lot of information in that shit. And there's a lot of contradicting in those things too that he's been lying about over the years. But it's not. He has enough to bring you in, but he doesn't have enough to keep you there. And I don't know how this isn't hard to figure out. You've already done 3 of these. You should generally understand what people are looking for, and yet you keep avoiding them. Matter of fact, if you remember the first and the second one, people had made recommendations for videos too, and I don't know if he actually fulfilled any of them. To be honest. Something to think about. DSP News.
Penne pasta is great. I prefer penne because it's easier to eat. You gotta slurp it. It gets all over the sauce. There's something to eat it properly. It's fun and delicious. You eat it easily.
No, I am not. The way it works is that on the day that I make the sauce, I usually do some kind of Italian-style grinders. So if I made homemade meatballs, it would be meatball grinders. However, today we're actually cooking some spicy Italian chicken sausage. So it's going to be spicy chicken sausage, along with, with some of the fresh sauce and melted mozzarella on a nice crusty grinder roll. That's going to be our dinner today. But let me tell you, it's amazing when it's fresh right out of the pot. Oh, man. It's so freaking good when you get it fresh. Oh, man. It hits the spot.
Oh, God. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, God. I'm almost scared to do it. I think Phil actually has a video with Panda where they actually go through the entire process from beginning to end as it pertains to how he makes a sauce. And burnt ass meatballs and overcooked sausage and all that bullshit. We'll go over that. We'll go over that sequence of videos, that playlist. And the reason why is because the way I describe it to you, not to say that I describe it very well, but the disgust that you'll have for this sequence of videos, I'm not doing it enough justice. I'm really not. I'm really, really not. I'm not doing enough justice to how just downright silly it is to watch Phil Burnell cook the one thing that he actually, air quotes, knows how to cook. Or knows how to make, if you will. It's the most horrifying thing ever. And the reason why I think it's important to go over it, probably save that for a Sunday thing, is oh, the payoff that Panda had the first time she bit into that damn sandwich. It was a meatball sandwich. The meatballs were completely burnt, by the way. They were damn near charcoal. And Phil had hyped them up, had hyped the sauce up in these meatball subs so much that she was legitimately excited about that sandwich until she bit in it. After that, her face was fucking priceless. I'm talking about 1 or 2 chews in and she was done. She was like, oh fuck, what is this? Oh my god. And God bless her, that she tried to pull the supportive girlfriend, potential wifey material, and it is the most sexual sandwich I've ever had. Despite the fact that she had the type of disappointment on her face that I'm sure Phil has seen before. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Oh my god, to watch her face go from joyful and ecstatic to downright just depressed was amazing. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Yeah, we're going to have to do it. We're going to have to do it. It's, oh my god, it's so bad. And I'm talking about every video. It progressively gets worse. And allegedly, a person taught him how to do this. And yet he blunders it. He blunders it in a way that I cannot describe to you. But I'm certainly going to rip that shit apart for you, though. So look out for that. DSP News.
Big time. Alright. Do you want to play the fucking game? Do I want to play the fucking game? Yes, I do. In fact, I'm about to play the fucking game. That's right. Scooby says, that'll be the extent of my contributions for a while. That's cool, dude. You were so generous. Today, yesterday, you were so generous, man. Thank you very much for that.
You are my bitch. Thank you for the free money, dummy. And you can lick my balls.
Alright, guys in the stream chat, please stop repeating fucking Wings of Redemption memes. I'm just gonna say it now. You guys are doing it way too much. It'd be one thing if you did a little bit. We're reading the entire stream chat Wings of Redemption memes. No one cares. I do not fucking care about that guy. And I don't want my entire chat to be about it. So stop that right now.
At the very least, do memes about me. Why do you gotta do memes about other fucking streamers in my chat, man?
All I can taste is the saltiness.
See, there you go.
Now, here's the thing. Phil has been banned. Oh, well, he was temporarily suspended. He should have been banned. He was initially sentenced to being banned indefinitely. And Phil did what he normally does. He got on his knees. He sucked off whoever he sucked off. And he ended up getting that turned into a 3-day ban. Well, I think it was like a week ban. And then eventually it turned into 3 days or 72 hours. Whatever. So he ended up actually getting banned for that shit. Now, here's the thing. The memes that were being thrown in Phil's chat can't, at least to my general understanding of Twitch, couldn't actually hurt him. So it's not like he's doing it to protect himself. He's doing this strictly for his own ego and his lack of confidence, which is rather pathetic. On top of that, if you feel the need to talk to people like children and have to say stuff like, stop that, stop that, it leads onlookers to believe that they're just kids, if that's how you're going to treat them. And if so, who cares? Just let them meme it up a little bit. It's not hurting you. It's no big deal. You're not talking to them anyway. So let them have a little bit of fun at somebody else's expense who's not going to give a shit anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, Wings isn't threatening to you, so who cares? Just let it go. Fucking Wings gets DSP memes in his chat all the time. I think he actually banned, or at least he did for a little while, actually banned the term DSP for a minute because people were spamming him. But DSP memes are thrown in there all the time. Wing just doesn't pay no attention to it. Why can't you do the same?
Memes about me playing in Street Fighter, Evo East, go right ahead. Those memes make a lot more fucking sense.
Wait, wait. You're willing to let them make light of probably the only accomplishments, and I use the term loosely on that, you're okay with them making memes out of the only thing that you actually give a shit about and you want to be remembered for. Because let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen, Phil's never done anything good in his life as far as I've seen. But if you want to give him a benefit of the doubt, if you want to say maybe not good, but something maybe prestigious, let's say that. Those Evo East wins, until you break them down and realize they're all off counter picks, it's all bullshit. But whatever, let's not take nothing away from the pig. It is what it is. His Evo East wins and, or his Evo qualifiers, I should say. And his 4th place finish, which he has staunchly defended over 2 different platforms, or over 2 different communities, I should say. The FGC as well as the Detractor communities, for years. And now he's willing to let those be memes. He is willing to let the only things that he actually cares about be memed up, just so he can keep the attention on himself. Is this what marriage has brought you to, Phil? And if so, maybe you getting married wasn't very healthy. Maybe it wasn't a very good move. Maybe you just being married in general isn't a very healthy thing, to be honest. And more importantly than that, ladies and gentlemen, this is all online. This is all virtual. You really shouldn't give a shit about what people say about you no matter what, especially as long as Phil has. Some of you guys are going to, I mean all of us really, you're going to feel a burn at first, but after a while you get over it. It's just whatever. It's just part of the motions. For Phil, who's been on the platform and been online for so long, if you would let some little petty shit like this bother you, right, about someone who you don't respect and you don't give any real credence or credibility to anyway, then what's going to happen when someone really comes at your neck? What happens if Low Tier God, for example, gets back on Twitch and starts popping shots at you? What then? What if Rich decides to make another video on you? What then? Like, it's not a matter of Phil just picking his spots. He's making big deals out of a whole lot of nothing. That's not going to get him anywhere. And he's not going to benefit from it. It's obvious, as I said in the previous video, this is obviously a financial move, but you're still not winning. No one's actually donating to you to talk to you. And most of the time, as has been pointed out on Tevin streams, for example, there are some people in that chat will get a question answered for free. So you're not, he's playing the game wrong. He's playing it extremely wrong. And so you can't be surprised on what the outcome is. For Phil, he is, though. He is surprised because he's an idiot, you see. But for everybody else, it's already written in the cards. And for what? You don't want to shit on Wings, but you don't want Wings to be around you either. Can Wings not breathe the same air as you? What's the problem?
Random fucking nonsense, a different cover fucking streamer. Ninth Golem is a complete idiot. It's a narcissism that I want people to trash talk me instead of someone else.
This is the God's honest truth.
Dude, it's a fucking gameplay stream on my Twitch channel. I just don't want people to constantly talk about other people. So, I want to see what Rage 2 is all about.
But see, the thing is, though, is you're derailing it from the game. And you're making it personal. By focusing on, hey, don't talk about other people. Do you know, I mean, like I said, it's Twitch. Other streamers, there are other people who talk about other streamers all the time. And they let the shit go. Unless they have some type of animosity or some type of real beef with them. Outside of that, this shit isn't worth it. There's no way that you're this there's no way that you're this stupid and you don't understand that. And if so, then you have a much, much bigger problem on your hands. Just saying.
Like in the game, coming to the stream chat, Wings of Redemption, Wings of Redemption, Wings of Redemption. What the fuck is this? What are people even talking about? Why are people even here if they're going to talk about another streamer? Good question. If you want to talk about another streamer, you should probably fucking go to their stream and leave me alone. How about that, asshole? Not about narcissism, it's about you pissing me off because you're fucking annoying.
Assholes. Why am I toxic? More toxic, more toxic. Oh, Phil actually is a really toxic person, so we're just gonna keep saying, why am I toxic? Because it's a meme.
What do I ask? What's my favorite muscle car? I think the Mustang is a muscle car, right? Because that's really the only one that I ever really knew about and I liked the look of, and I thought that maybe one day I would want one.
What? Okay. Whatever. Here's the thing about muscle cars in general, Phil. One, and I'm pretty confident about this because you've had multiple car accidents throughout your life. You're not a very good driver. So you're going to literally let the car get away from you, and you're going to crash. And in the worst case scenario, you're probably going to die. 2, aren't you the same guy who says you have the, what is it, herniated disc, and because of that you can't drive for long periods of time, but yet you want to have a muscle car? Like, you really want to get a muscle car one day? You know what happens when you rev up the engine on a muscle car, dude? Have you ever had the pleasure of doing that? You haven't. You haven't. You know what I'm saying? When you do, that shit literally vibrates through your whole entire body. That's called power. You can ask Kat what that feels like later. But that's called power. That's what that is. And if your back is as messed up as you say it is, you're not doing yourself any favors. At all. So, what? You fell into the Wings meme with that. And that, I mean, they have car shows in Washington State. I don't know if Lowrider still goes out there, but I know they used to. I don't know if they go out there anymore. I think they try to stay in California now. California, Florida, Texas, Michigan, for obvious reasons. So Kat might know about that. I don't know if they go out to Washington anymore, but they used to, though. They used to. Anyway, because they have a lot of classic cars out there. Anyway, sorry, got off the horse there a little bit. No pun intended. Yeah, I did mean that.
So that would be my answer for that.
I have a micro penis. Look at me, I got a really small fucking penis, so I need to compensate with a giant car or something gaudy, you know. I'm wearing tons of jewelry or whatever. You know, I'm trying to compensate for something. Trust me, I don't want a bigger dick. I laugh hysterically at how small their penis is.
Westside Rascal took me $1. And he says, when it comes to Rings of Redemption, we're just joking around. We're not trying to derail anything. Listen, I understand that. I know you're actually not trying to be, like, insulting to me or whatever. I get that, because you're not. You're actually, you know, it's cool you're here to hang out. I appreciate that, but understand that there are people.
But like I said, if they're throwing out Wings memes, wouldn't that actually be insulting to him? That's the first thing. Second thing is you said that you don't want to have other people. You don't want people in your chat talking about other people, and it's pissing you off. But now you're sitting here saying that you understand the point behind it, and it's not offensive or it's not really bothering you, despite the fact that you're still continuing your temper tantrum about that very subject. Okay, gotcha.
Coming to this stream, okay, to watch me play a game and find out if the game's good. And when you're here just spouting out memes that have nothing to fucking do with me, you're confusing the shit out of them, and now you can't interact with me. Because I don't care about fucking Wings of Redemption. I'm not going to talk about him and make a stream about another streamer. So basically you are, even if you're unintentionally doing it, you're still derailing the stream, and it's messed up. But it's okay to have devoted podcasts to other YouTubers, right? Or it's okay to... Actually, you had a pre-stream dedicated to that, and then you had like an hour... then you had like an hour plus of whatever talking about the Pro Jared situation too, yeah? But that was cool. So you could sit there and harp on 2 fucking tweets that don't mean a goddamn thing to anybody now. It was okay then, but it's not okay now. Wow. I gotta ask, don't do it, man. I gotta ask that you don't do it.
But I'll be honest, all I can really taste is salt.
Nine Gollum says, well, just because someone's coming to the stream and the stream chat, they're confused by it, doesn't mean that they can't still enjoy the stream. No, and they'll watch me play the game and everything, which is what they're here for. But understand, when you're coming live to a Twitch stream, one important element of the stream is the stream chat. And when I have 12 people in stream chat doing memes of another streamer, there are going to be people scratching their head and saying, what the fuck is this? I don't understand it. Why is this happening? They don't want to feel like that. They want to be able to come by and be like, oh, Phil's playing a game. Look, he's talking with people, and this is fun and interactive. And it's not when you derail the stream to something that I'm not going to talk about.
Now, here's the thing. If Phil knows what people want and how they feel and how a stream is supposed to be structured, why can't he do that? Why can't you draw people in and hold their attention? Why can't you have an actual good stream? Not a positive one, which means just give me money. Why can't you actually have a good stream? At all. Drama-free, if you will.
So again, I know you're not ill-intentioned, but I'm going to say it again. Stop doing it. Alright?
That's right. This is the United States of Phil. I am the supreme being. I make the rules, and what I say goes. This is not a place for you to stand on your soapbox and complain about censorship and freedom of speech, because the bottom line is you don't have freedom of speech. This is my land.
I'm trying to be nice about it. I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm trying to be nice and explain the situation, explain to you guys what's going on. I don't want to be a jerk and start moderating and stuff based on it. But at the same time, if it continues, and no one in the stream chat is talking about myself or the game, you're going to get moderated. It says right there in the rules. No derailing. And that's exactly what you're doing with these fucking other memes of other streamers. I literally say on every pre-stream, no memes about other streamers. I say it every fucking pre-stream. Real Talk Mommy says, well, the games have been shit lately, and that's why people aren't talking about it. Well, the bottom line is, I feel that that's not fair. Okay, it's not. The problem is you don't give it a chance. Oh, this game doesn't have insanely riveting content at this very moment. Let's talk about another streamer. No, that's not how it works.
Wait. Wait. I don't have to give anything a chance. That's why I have options. That's the beauty of having options. You don't have to give shit a chance if you don't want to. If you pop up on a stream, or you pop up on a video, and within the first, what is it? I think they say within the first, like, 5 minutes. In the first 5 minutes, you don't like what you see, you can go off and find something else. Period. They don't have to give shit a chance. They don't have to necessarily... I mean, I guess morally it'd be probably a good thing if they gave you the benefit of the doubt. But if they don't, they don't. They don't owe you anything. Even the people who are longtime fans. If the games are shit, or if you're just playing them like shit, they don't have to stick around for that. Or they don't have to indulge you in your fucking ego because you're sitting here playing a game and you think that should be enough to carry the day and get you a pat on the back. Fuck that. All day. Fuck that all day. They don't owe you anything. And this is what people keep telling you, Phil, that you need to change. I don't know why it's so hard for you to do it, but you need to change. Because what you're doing isn't working. It hasn't been working for a very long time. And you can make all the excuses you want, but you're still not... You're not progressing. And what's it going to take for you to realize that?
Honest, just like any other normal human, yes, am I jealous of certain people and of people who are successful and whatever? Of course I am. Of course I'm going to have jealousy. That's a natural human emotion for those who have more than you. You're always going to have that natural kind of jealousy of those who maybe have, been more successful or things like that.
You can hang out and be a little patient. You can talk with me, right? There's things we can do to make it more entertaining. Instead of just giving up on the fucking game and start talking about stupid trolling nonsense.
What can they talk about? You don't watch a lot of movies because you're broke, right? No one really needs to go to you about a video game, and if you do, you're gonna go off on a tantrum about how the company's bad, and how they're stealing money from like gamers, or they're ripping gamers off and shit, or they're fucking kiddie games that people got rich off of, and you're mad you didn't do it, but you wanted to be the realest guy on YouTube. So that's basically your moral grounds on that. Okay, so that kind of cuts that out. When's the last time you picked up a fucking book? Oh, never. Well, let's not worry about that shit. When's the last time you listened to some music? Oh, can't remember how you did that either, or when. What else do you do, Phil? You don't paint your house. You don't do any work in your house at all or outside. You don't do anything with plumbing or anything like that that's interesting or intriguing. You don't talk to anybody, really. To be honest. Actually, you don't talk to anybody outside your house except for Kat and your parents once a week. So you don't know shit. You're not engaged with shit. You don't read the newspaper. What are you going to do? Regurgitate stuff off fucking Twitter? I'll go to Monday Matt for that. What else do you have? What else do you have to bring to the table? You don't do anything. You really don't. You don't do anything. I can't even say that you play games because you don't. You just slosh through them. And that doesn't mean anything. You don't know anything. So how do I expect you to give me any insight on something that you yourself don't know anything about? So what do you really have to talk about? Nothing. You don't follow sports. All you follow is WWE. And that's starting to turn into WCW basically at this point. Yeah, I said it. I fucking said it. It's starting to turn into WCW at this point. That's really what it's starting to go at. It's kind of just, it's just too many goddamn people on the roster. It's too much talent being wasted. And yes, you could say, oh, at least they're getting paid a whole lot of money and this, that, and the third. But let me give you another example since I'm feeling on a bit of a tirade at this point. Okay, Scumpy, right? He's part of Optic Gaming. Okay. Back there in Black Ops 2, he was probably one of the hottest players out, if not the man, and whatnot. Now, granted, Nate Shot had more notoriety, but that is what that is. But he couldn't touch Scump. There was very few people who could. And Scump was trying to get his own team within Optic. And it was, I guess it was promised to him, or it was negotiated, or whatever, and he never got it. To make a long story short, he never got it. And he got a crazy pay raise, but he didn't get the money. He didn't get the team that he wanted. Now, let's talk about this for a minute. You're a Call of Duty guy, right? With a whole lot of fucking talent. A whole lot of goddamn talent. God-given talent. And you're willing to work at your talent. You're willing to put the time in, this, that, and the third. You are on a money team. That's because that's what Optic is. Kind of like what FaZe is now. They're a money team. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they might win a couple of high-stake matches. They might get a couple of little championships here or there. But, you know, when's the last time they've actually won a big one? And that's what the situation was with Optic. Scumpy wanted to win the big championships. He wanted to put Optic back on top to where it was, hence the reason why he joined in the first place. And that wasn't the priority. Winning wasn't the priority. It was about get you guys streaming, get these kids in, get the merchandise sold, so on and so forth. Now, that's just my opinion of it and whatnot, but it's an opinion that was shared by most people. And this was, like I said, Black Ops 2. Now, look at Scump. Scump is still fine. You know what I'm saying? As far as I'm concerned, he still has his money. He's doing, you know what I'm saying? His personal life is working out well and shit. This, that, and the third. He could go to any team he wants, so on and so forth. He's still with Optic. Supposedly, Optic is running into some financial issues. Supposedly. And then if you guys are following the situation with FaZe, what's that guy's name? Tfue? Tfue is getting ready to sue fucking, I'm sorry. He's getting ready to sue FaZe over shitty contracts. Alright. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'll just keep up with that and see where that goes. But it looks like that shit's really going to go to court. The point of all of this is back in Scump's day, he wanted to win. He wanted prestige. And he never got it. He never got it because money kind of trumped all that over anything else. He wasted his time, sadly, and he wasted his talent. And yes, you could say, well, come on, GTG, he has all the money for it now, and he's still well off. That's true. But what good is money when you're in a field where everybody's got money? You know what I'm saying? Just imagine being the most talented motherfucker on the fucking court, right? And you don't have a ring. Everybody else has money. They may not have as much money as you do, but everybody else has money, and some of those guys have rings. Some of those guys are going to go into the Hall of Fame. You've got money, but you don't have a ring. And you may or may not even make it into the Hall of Fame. You see what I'm saying? Like, you have to... There are things that are way more important. And if you can't differentiate those things right there, not everybody thinks the same. People prioritize stuff differently. And you kind of have to go with what's important to you. DarkSydePhil tried to go for accolades. And they were all trumped because he got them in nefarious ways. Or in ways that aren't respected. So now, the only thing he has is this self-indulgence to himself, which means nothing to nobody. Hence the reason why he's fighting it so hard. What's the point? What's the point? If you're not going to change, then give all this up. But you can't. And he's too scared to change because he's already cemented in I don't want to call it a formula nor a format, in what it is that he does. He's already comfortable. He's already complacent. He won't do anything else. He's too scared to. Same thing with his retrospective stream. He's going to try to pull that probably forever. Until he has a stream where he literally makes less than $100. Then he'll give it up. He should be spacing that out. Not trying to do it every 2 months. This is what fucked over that fundraising scheme that you had when you first went back to Twitch in the first place. You got greedy. You should have done it three times a year, if not 4 times a year. But you try to do it almost every month because you got greedy. You saw all the money it drummed up, and you were like, well, fuck this. I'm just going to do this every month. And you screwed yourself. Twitch caught on, and they were like, this could come back on us in a negative way. Shut that down. And you haven't really gone back to it since. If you had done it a different way, if you would just space the damn thing out, if you would just think, it could have worked. What do I know? DSP News.
But But I hate to say, it takes a little bit of maturity and a little bit of patience, which a lot of people don't fucking have, as you can see from the way people are behaving.
You know that you're toxic, but I know that you're toxic. Unleash the beast. Toxic. Oh.
All right. Now, here's the thing about the patience and maturity. He's 37. He's 37, and he knows nothing about either one of those things. If Phil does anything, he wants an instant payoff. If he doesn't get it, he gives up on it. So where's his patience there? And where's his maturity? Nothing comes fast in life. Well, money, women, and usually drugs. they come fast. And they leave almost as quickly as they show up. To be honest. Well, some women, I should say. And some money. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? And fast money will usually get you screwed up if you're not careful. So, either which way. And, you know, drugs are drugs. So, it is what it is on that. So, yet again, where you can't... There is no instant payoff for anything in life, and yet that's how he lives his life. And so, he's probably even more frustrated than we even give him credit for. Because, imagine going on stream every day and getting... doing 2 streams, if you will, is putting in his 8 hours and getting less than $100. Imagine that. Now, keep in mind, getting $100 or over is still pretty good. You know what I'm saying? But for Phil, if it's not $1,000 a day, he's failed. But yet Phil won't do anything to change the formula. He blames the people instead of blaming himself. Yet he's the point that brings people in. So if you're a negative piece of shit, then imagine who you're going to draw to you at times. And then you want them to go out and do dirt on your behalf, but yet come back to you and give you money. Huh? I'm so confused.
Fuka says, do I embrace memes about myself or do I just build up a tolerance for them? It depends on the meme. If a meme isn't ill-spirited and it's just silly, I don't care about it at all. I really don't. But if there's something that's completely nonsense, that's meant to insult me and make people feel like negatively about me, then yeah, I have a problem with that. Especially if it's very slanderous and, you know, oh, I heard that about Phil to me, you know, I heard that meme about Phil, well, I don't want to have anything to do with him now. You know what I mean?
But it's not slanderous, though, if it's true. And you say that it's slanderous, but if it's an opinion, that's different. Just saying. You might want to start watching a little bit more Nick Ricada. Help you out. But, you know what I mean? Anyway.
I've become a meme on the internet. What the fuck just happened?
I think something went wrong. What the fuck is this shit? See what you guys did? This is what happens when you talk about Wings memes. This is what happens. Look. Now I don't even know what to do. How do I get the fuck out of here? No, what is this? Oh my god. It's getting worse. It's getting fucking worse and worse. Now I'm stuck in here. What the fuck? How do I get out? No! Oh god! What the... You guys see what happens? You see what you did? Oh my god. Well, that was the first major crazy bug that I saw in the playthrough. Flipping through the world. Vote Democrat did a 50-bit choose. I think it had more to do with chat being slow early and people just messing around. I understand it's derailing though when you don't get the memes and are trying to interact with stream. Right. Like, I want to talk with you guys. Even if you guys don't like the game. I hate Rage 2. Talk to me. Let's talk. Let's just chat. I mean, let's face it. Half the games I play these days, like MLB and shit, you're not here for the game. You're here to interact with me. If you're bored, then talk to me about something else. You know what I mean? Don't just completely derail the chat with unrelated shit, man.
No one pays attention to the game. No one pays attention to Phil. So if anyone actually wants to talk to me while I play this game, it would be nice. People are talking about...
Now to think about it too, right? What is there to talk to him about? Let me give you guys an example. So Phil is thinking about giving up on Axe the Pig because... he's thinking about giving up on Axe the Pig because he's basically blurred out the majority of his life. So I think there's like one more coming up, and then that might actually be the last one. Now, this is the same individual who has anywhere from a half hour to an hour pre-stream every day. On top of the fact Well, that's just for the first stream. Then there's a 10 or 15 minute stream, shadow pre-stream at night. What is there to ask him that he hasn't already talked about or he hasn't already tweeted about? So what kind of conversation are they supposed to start with you? We've already gone over what you don't know, which is a lot for someone who's online all fucking day. But what else are they going to actually... So what are they going to ask you questions about? How do they even start that conversation? And as Snort Burnell pointed out, why should they have to start the conversation? You're the streamer. You're the one that's supposed to be entertaining them, not the other way around. And we all know that you can't entertain anybody. Let's ask your wife. So why should they go ahead and try to entertain you? What sense does that make? If that was the case, I'd rather just go and watch them stream. See how it doesn't make a whole lot of sense? And as you've gotten older, you've only gotten worse, which is hilarious. Womp womp.
Pump the Rapper and all kinds of other shit. I have no fucking idea what anyone's talking about. You know, this is a gameplay stream that I like to interact with my viewers, so if anyone wants to like hang out and talk, I'd appreciate that. Rather than me just playing the game by myself and you guys ignoring me. Or else I don't even know why you're in here. I'm just saying. I
don't know what that chuckle's for, but it's a YouTube video then. What's the point? You should be used to that.
You know, it would be nice.
Hero Robinson says, "Oh, you don't respond to chat most of the time."
Also, it's pretty funny too. It's funny how he basically begged people just a minute ago to sit there and talk to him and whatnot because he was tired of sitting there by himself. It makes you wonder how he won't call John because he said he did nothing wrong. Yet you have Wings who will talk to him, who will at least reach out and talk to him, but he won't speak to Wings either. He won't speak to. He wants to speak to John, but he won't because of some petty ass pride because he was wrong and he knows it. But he won't talk to Wings because he feels Wings is beneath him. Okay.
Because you guys are derailing. You're talking about other stuff, other streamers. Of course, I'm not going to react to that. All right, Real Talk Mommy Cheery says, "It's easy for you to say the chat should just talk to you when we are bored. Chat gets passively ignored when they ask you things. Even I said something pertaining to games, but you seem to be glad at chat and in full YouTube mode. Dude, I'm playing an action-based fucking FPS game. Here, so here's what I'll do. I'll pause and I'll talk to you guys, and you complain I'm not playing the game. So I'll unpause, I'll start to play. How the fuck do I read this and then go back and forth? This is different than MLB or Blackout. How do you not understand the difference between different kinds of games? Like, this is not rocket science. This is like common sense 101. Obviously, you don't have it if you don't understand the difference between me having to concentrate on an action-based part of a game versus being able to interact with you. What the fuck? Gee, I should definitely look at the stream chat right now to start interacting with people and see what they're saying. Right in the middle of this action-packed sequence. That really won't just, you know, completely derail what I'm doing on the fucking stream. The hilarious part now, people complaining, why isn't he talking to us? So, if I would talk over a cutscene, people would complain I talked over the cutscene. And it's really annoying because they can't pay attention to what's going on in the game. So instead I pay attention to the game during the cutscene. Oh, now you're not talking to us. I'm just not playing that game anymore. There's people who are just gonna sit and whine and complain and derail and do stupid shit because they're immature. They're just going to do that no matter what. So I just need to understand that and not bother my time in arguing with them. You know, there's just no point. Yeah, I'm a gamer!
See, like this control right here. Here we go. Here's the troll. I'm just gonna fucking ban everybody. It's gonna be a very simple situation where I just go ban, 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 and that's it. And then I continue playing and I don't care.
If you don't like the game, then let's talk. Instead of complaining that there's no interaction, talk to me and then I'll interact. So now, of course, stream chat is all arguing with each other.
So, alright, so we're not even at the final verdict yet, but that's how that's how done I am with this at the moment. I think I have the itis. Oh my god, breakfast was good. Alright, so let's get this straight. This man, over the span of his 10+ year career, and I use that term loosely. Oh, I was gonna make another joke, but yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone. I said I was gonna lay off Kat, and I'm just piling on her more. It's not like she's complaining though. Anyway, sorry. So this man, over his 10+ year reign, his 10+ years on YouTube and Twitch, respectfully, has convinced people to pay him to do YouTube videos for a living, to pay him to do special YouTube videos for a living, paid him to stream, paid him to play certain video games, paid his taxes, paid for his mortgage, paid for his way of life, paid his back taxes, paid for his girlfriend, who we weren't sure, that we didn't know that was his girlfriend at the time though, to fly back and forth from Michigan multiple times. I'm thinking that he took money to help with his move too, but I can't prove that. You've literally, if you think about it, if you really think about it, those of you on YouTube and Twitch, or anybody who's been following for Phil, has been following Phil, moreover really supporting Phil for any amount of time. You raised Phil. If you think about it, you took care of Phil at almost the most bare basics. Let me give you an example. Phil said in one of his early videos, because I'm getting ready to go over it on the second channel, is that if it wasn't for YouTube, he didn't know where he'd be. If it wasn't for the people on YouTube that came, commented on his videos, and liked his videos and shared them and did all that. This I'm talking about early on now. He would have probably given up a long time ago. Phil is just as dependent, if not even more so, dependent on you guys as that one Twitch thought, or not even Twitch thought, there's that one Instagram thought sat there and had that nervous breakdown because she lost her account that had 100,000 followers. And just for the record, ladies and gentlemen, if you are a Twitch thought or a Instagram thought, 100,000 followers don't mean shit, like at all. So she was basically just clipping or grasping. Clipping sounds like a good word, but it's not. It's not the meaning that I'm going for. She was grasping at the bare basics. Phil did the exact same thing. You guys literally paid for him, raised him, coddled him his whole life online. And it was only because of online is when he decided to curve his racism, curve his outlook on life. He was 35 when he realized that the world isn't just black and white. You guys raised him, if you think about it. And I know that sounds disturbing, because it is. But you guys did. Wings, too. You guys, if you guys are Wings fans and shit, you raised Wings, too. By giving him money, by giving him support, by giving them support, and more importantly, by giving them your attention. You raised them. Positive attention, I guess. The negativity is what made them learn, but the positivity is what allowed them to continue on. That's a very brutal thing to say. And I feel like this broadcast has gone by quite slow, but if you can pull anything out of it, at least pull that out. Wow. That's depressing.
There's some people are like, yeah, Phil has a point. Others are like, oh, Phil said something, yeah. See, then you get people like Beefsteak Tomato who's purposely just trying to be stupid. He says, oh, what do you think about SEP IRAs? How much do you contribute to yours? Fuck yeah. What the fuck are you talking about?
Make it quick, Ranger.
Burn in hell,
It's
Burnell.
called retirement, Phil. It's called a nest egg, Phil. It's called about not worrying about what you have now or what you want now, but what you're going to need later on down the line. I.e., also what you could have later. That's what that is, Phil. It's something that that successful people have. Imagine making 100,000 plus a year and not saving a lick of it. Not having it wrapped up in anything. Not have it working for you. The moment you make it, you spend it. Oh, all my bills are covered? Okay, cool. Time to go ahead and spurge it all up. He was in debt when he jumped into YouTube. YouTube ended up getting him out. Instead of saving that money, he decided to go ahead and buy a condo and buy a house. He's going to lose the condo, at least from what I'm hearing. That'll be in the next broadcast, allegedly. He's going to lose the condo, and he's going to, if he loses the condo, he's going to lose the house too. Let's not get it twisted. He thinks that if he loses the condo, oh, they just take the condo and that's it. No. No. They're going to come for everything if they have to. Whatever it takes to get the value that they're losing, well, first of all, the bank ain't going to lose shit. They're going to come get their money, either which way. Believe that, Phil, when I say that. The bank is not going to lose. The bank is like the casino. They don't lose at all. There are plenty of people who went in, tried to cheat Vegas. A couple of them got away and whatnot. But there's a whole lot of them who didn't. There was a whole lot of them that ended up in that Nevada desert And the end of that. And that's just back in the day. That shit that I had read about and whatnot. Now they beat the brakes off of you and just kick you out. And they could legally do that theoretically. The bank isn't gonna just take the loss. Not at all. So while you're sitting here bitching and complaining about other streamers getting memed up on your channel or on your chat or whatever the case may be, you have real financial issues and you potentially have a kid coming into this world, but you want to worry about wings. Is that what's going to take your mind off your responsibility? It's because of that you're in the situation you're in right now.
And now I'm going to burn in hell for the rest of eternity because of it. You can't change who you are, I guess. Oh my god, he's drinking gin.
I haven't had sex in ages. By the way, I'm banging your wife.
They're up here!
Just thought I'd let you know.
His wife's boyfriend? What pasta do you prefer?
That's nice of you to say that, Kat, but I would prefer you just tell Phil that. Just saying. It's better coming out of you.
I prefer a penne. Oh! Easy to eat. Oh! Phil's a faggot. Phil's fat. Phil's a loser. Phil's a beggar. Phil's a racist. Phil's a scammer. DSP's a pedophile. DSP is a thief. DSP is a greedy fuck.
This guy's a bitch.
I have a micro penis.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so that's the end of that. Basically, that dragged on a little longer than I thought it would. But I'm actually not done just yet. So, I remember how I had made that point early on in this broadcast about how you have a lot of talent and all the money that's thrown at you sometimes isn't worth it when you really just want to have accolades and whatnot. And that all stemmed from me saying that the WWE is starting to turn into WCW. Excuse me. It is starting to turn into WCW. Yet again, let me finish my point. You have a bunch of people on the roster who have all the talent in the world and are being wasted away. Instead of right now, the WWE is starting to turn into that place where you go for a couple years, make yourself a bunch of money, get some exposure, and then leave. The WWE would rather you stay there and basically until you retire. You have to pick what's good for you. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, and no one's gonna actually stay there till retirement unless you are well established. If not, they're gonna end up retiring you. You know what I'm saying? Or you're going to get dropped off the roster. People do that all the time. And the reason why they cut the fat like that is because they're not recouping enough money. Now, I'm not saying that the WWE is going broke. Far from it. But, you know what I'm saying? TV's been down. Pay-per-views have been down. You know what I'm saying? It's not a good look right now. And with the, what is that? The XFL literally right around the corner, Vince needs to prioritize. But to be honest with you, it's Vince's fault that they're where they're at. They've had a lot of talented people just over the last 5, maybe even 10 years. And they're getting wasted away on stupid gimmicks, storylines that go nowhere, and title matches that don't make sense. And now with the introduction of the 24-hour title, which is basically just a spruced up version of the hardcore belt, I think it's too late to even do that. I mean, and at the same time though, I'm kind of making my own point because yes, it'll give people a chance to actually get a title, actually have a title under their belt that they never had before. But then what good is that? You know what I'm saying? And I remember that my older brothers used to tell me that shit back with the hardcore belt. Because I remember Bob Holly, or Hardcore Holly, had that shit for fucking ever. Like, he'd lose that shit, then have it for like a week, and then lose it again, and then get it right back. I don't know who's held the hardcore title the most, or nor the longest, but I know it definitely switched hands. It gave guys a chance to have a title that they weren't going to really have, or, you know, at least to have something on their resume. But was it really worth it? Then again, the hardcore title was ruthless. Like, motherfuckers were really getting hurt over that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. That's just my own personal opinion. We'll see how that all plays out. But that's what I feel what the deal is with the WWE. There's just way too much talent on the roster. No one's getting utilized properly. There's not enough title belts. The title structure needs to be changed up. The Intercontinental title needs to be brought back into prominence. It needs to be that go-to title to have. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't need to be anymore because you still have King of the... Well, sorry. You still have the Royal Rumble and you still have Money in the Bank. So, and honestly, I think they should introduce the King of the Ring back in. They really need to. It'll help shake shit up, to be honest with you. But that's neither here nor there. As it pertains to... That's all the WWE talk you're gonna... All the wrestling... Not even wrestling, but that's all the WWE talk you can get on me for right now. The itis is starting to kill me. As it pertains to the goal being reached, it doesn't mean shit because the result of that goal is going to turn out to be nothing. Unless, you know, something else pulls out of it that... Something else is pulled out of that retrospective stream that's worthwhile. And if it is, just watch it through Tevin. Just watch it through Tevin's stream. He'll actually give you the lore behind it. So, you know, you don't have to waste your time with Phil. As it pertains to the interacting, the talking, do my job, and don't talk about others, it's one man still believing he is the man, and is trying so very hard to hold on to the relevancy that his platform or that Twitch offers him, and it isn't very much, to be honest. So he's dwindling in front of our eyes. He's literally dying out, and he's lashing out to try to hold on to what he can. I don't know how to make it any more blunt than that, to be perfectly honest with you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening in. I very much appreciate it. I'm going to go and take a nap. And then I'm going to get back to another broadcast or two for, actually for this channel, because I'm still behind on a couple of videos. And then I'll work on the other one. Yeah. Actually, shit, no, actually I have to do those other ones right away. Alrighty then. Well, let's have some cappuccino and wake back up. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Snort Report. And this is DSP News. Always late, never breaking. Unreliable coverage that you can't count on. Oh yes, a GTG Network Productions. I'm your host, /anchor, GTG, and I'm signing off. Thank you so very much for listening in, guys. End the broadcast. Oh boy. Still got that Pro Jared one to do too. Damn. Oh. Why, Jared? Why?